right, here we go. Oh man, it's Hermione. She says, I've just heard from Constance. Considering the sorts of foundables she and the rest of the SOS Task Force are seeing, I'd say our first experiment was a success. Oh my god. We were able to combine our memories of our first year at Hogwarts to create one unified surge. I'm sorry. Like, is the Calamity messing with their minds? How do they think this is gonna work? How do they think it's gonna work? Blue-green, hello. Harry says, you really think creating surges based on our adventures with Ron will restore his missing memories? She's like, I don't know, but let's do it. Oh no. Yes, and I'm confident our second experiment will prove it. You saw it yourself during the last surge, Harry. Every time we returned to Foundable, Ron was suddenly able to recall a related memory. Oh my gosh, I can't. That can't be a coincidence. The Calamity must be key to restoring Ron's memories. Ooh, it's Ronald. He says, I know this troll. We fought it on Halloween as first years, didn't we? That night suddenly coming back to me. It's like Celine Dion is playing in his head. It's all coming back to him. Tailing Snape, rushing in to save Hermione, finally making the levitation charm work. Wait, did he not remember that from the baby troll? I didn't realize he called her Hermione. Hermione, that's you, isn't it? Oh, yes, that's absolutely right. Ron, can you remember anything else? He's gonna be like, yeah, I remember Grim Folly was there. I remember you took the blame for the whole thing, even though it was my fault you were hiding out in the toilets to begin with, and that it was the first time I saw you as a friend. I can't believe I forgot. Oh no, little Ron. It's all right, Ron. What's important is we've proven your memories can be restored. Now that we have, we won't stop until everyone is back. Hermione says, Harry, tell me the truth. Have you been... What the heck? What? Have you been feeding... Oh my god, so aggressive, Hermione. Have you been feeding information to the Unforgivable either willingly or via the Imperius current? Wait, is she projecting? Oh my god. What an aggressive question. Is this a joke? Of course not, though. I've been feeding on your lunches. Is Constance poisoning her lunch? Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not telling them anything, but I'm eating your lunch. I can't with this game. At this point, I want this. No, this is canon. The canon is Harry Potter is stealing Hermione Granger's lunch from the Ministry refrigerator. That is canon right now, okay? What is happening? Why did I just admit that? Hold on. Oh my god. You put Veritaserum in my coffee, didn't you? Hermione? Is that how you plan to expose the Unforgivable's mole? To make everyone drink Truth Potion without their knowledge? Are you serious right now with Hermione? Are you serious? Oh my god. I'm sorry to subject you to this, Harry, but I had to be certain. I'm honestly loath to use Veritaserum without proper authorization, but I didn't see any alternative. We don't know who in the Ministry we can trust, and our culprit would surely sabotage any by-the-books attempt to sleuth out their identity. Hermione Granger! We have to find this informant if we want to get the better of the Unforgivable. Given our circumstances, using Veritaserum on everyone and then replacing their memories of being questioned with something more innocuous is only... No! Hermione is the bad guy! Oh, question with something more innocuous is the only quick, viable option. It pains me to break the rules. Sure it does. but I have no choice. Hermione sus! What is this? And why does it look so familiar? Ronald. A chocolate frog, remember? You actually introduced me to them. Started me down the path of collecting all the famous witches and wizards cards, too. Aw, little best friends. Now I remember, we were on the Hogwarts Express. You pulled a Dumbledore on your first go. The look on your face when you saw his picture move was bloody brilliant, though not nearly as good as the one you're making now. Oh, because he's like filled with joy. Sorry, can't help it. It wasn't a fluke or a coincidence. You really do remember. This calls for a celebration. What do you say we grab a real chocolate frog for old time's sake? Oh, so cute. I say, what are we waiting for? I can't remember the last time I had chocolate, literally. Oh, little Ronald. Wait, Matilda as in Matilda Grimblehawk? She's just gonna be going around like giving people tea and shit and being like, hey, drink this? Hermione says, Matilda, I was hoping I could talk to you about the incident in Cape Town. As I'm sure you've heard, when we arrived at the location of the black market auction, it was completely deserted. The numerous poachers that had been spotted there just hours prior were nowhere to be found. Someone must have warned them you were coming. You wouldn't happen to have any idea who that might have been, would you? Oh gosh. Oh, here she is. No, but I wish I did so I could give them a good wallop. The bloody poachers create nothing but headaches and paperwork for us at the... Paperwork. Come on. The Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures. And there's nothing I hate more than paperwork, except perhaps... We're gonna get... Hermione is just getting all the hot goss from everyone because she's poisoning them with truth serum. Except perhaps my partner's mother. Did I just say that out loud? Please don't tell anyone. Aisha wants nothing more than for the two of us to get along. And if she found out I can't stand her mother, she'd be devastated. Oh my gosh. Don't... Hermione, oh my gosh. Don't worry, Matilda. In a few minutes... Hermione! I cannot believe this right now. In a few minutes, it'll be as if this conversation never even happened. Why would she say that out loud? That's like something an evil villain does in monologue of like, oh, you won't remember this. Hermione says, Constance, stop it. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Constance, what I'm about to ask is a bit awkward, so I'm just going to come out with it. Stop it! She's asking her! She's asking her! She's gonna ask her! Oh my gosh, I'm like building up the anticipation already. She's gonna... Are you working with the Unforgivable? Have you been sharing classified information with them? Constance says, what? No, absolutely not. Why do you ask? Is it because you suspect I'm the mole? Is it because I sometimes sneak into your office, sit in your chair, and pretend I'm senior minister? Because I promise I'm not spying on you. I just really admire you and want to be like you is all. You probably think I'm a fraud now, or worse, a total stalker. I'm so sorry, Hermione. I have no idea what's come over me. It's like I'm under a babbling curse. Hold up. Okay. Hold up. Is this real? Am I supposed to take this at the word? Am I supposed to take this? Is she actually under Veritaserum? No, Constance. I'm sorry. I did suspect you might be the mole. That's why I put Veritaserum in your tea when you weren't looking. I'm not proud of it, but I had to be certain. After all, you had access to all the leaked intelligence, and some of your comments... Some of your comments did raise flags. I mean, that's for sure. Enter montage here of all Connie sus. I hope you understand. Oh my god. How sweet, Cons. I'm like, no, she is. I wish I could lie and say I do, and that I'm not upset. But seeing as that's physically impossible for me now, I'll just say that I'm hurt that you'd think I was capable of such betrayal. I thought we were better friends than that. I don't know, y'all. You know that I don't believe Constance for 1 second. Harry says, "You were right, Hermione. Bits and pieces of Ron's memories really do come back to him when we return related foundables. I'm not sure how that's possible, but I'm not complaining. My theory is that the calamity is functioning." It's the pensive! Hermione! 2 years ago, come on, girl, get with the program. Functioning like a pensive. Rather than obliviating Ron, Kit Gerard, and Flavius Flint's memories, I believe the Unforgivable used the calamity to snatch and lock them away. Surges provide a channel for some of the trapped memories to escape. So as long as we continue to use our shared memories to manipulate the calamity, we should be able to return all of Ron's memories. I don't know, this seems very dangerous. Theoretically, yes, though it will take time before he's completely back to himself. I wish we could simply force the Unforgivable to release them. But, well, I haven't even been able to uncover the identity of their mole yet. I haven't exhausted my list of possible suspects yet, so I still have hope this will work. But we may want to start considering our next course of action, should it not. As if we don't have enough to contend with already, now we're seeing an influx of adversaries all across the globe. Harry says, "I'd fight through 10 adversary surges if it meant receiving another memory like the one that came through last time. We always suspected that Grim Folly cast the Foundable spell, but to think that he was manipulated into doing so by a member of the Unforgivable, come on people, it's Gareth Greengrass!" I feel like I'm gonna explode if by the end of the month we don't arrest Gareth Greengrass. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We also now know that Grim was close enough to a member of the Unforgivable that he felt comfortable confiding in them. Makes you wonder if their informant and Grim's confidant are one and the same. I can't with these people. I cannot with these people. It's Gareth Greengrass. How long is it gonna take them to... I know, right, Winnie? You know. Even you know that it's Gareth Greengrass. I also can't help but wonder what happened to Grim. Our records indicate he went missing around the same time as the calamity began. Could the Unforgivable have done something to him after he cast the spell? I can't believe we are 2 full years in, and I'm just like screaming at them. It's Gareth Greengrass. Perhaps you'll dream up a clue after this adversary attack wanes. Stranger things have happened. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. You might be better at divination than you let on, Hermione. Last night, I did have a dream about the day Grim Folly went missing, though it wasn't what I was expecting. I walk in on Grim right as he's about to cast the Foundable spell. I'm there on the pretense of stopping him, but in reality, I'm eager to see the spell's results. As expected, my half-hearted warnings don't reach him, and he quickly recites the incantation. Oh my god, it has to be Gareth. Immediately, there's an explosion of Foundables of all sorts, including a few of Penelope Folly herself. Ecstatic, oh my gosh, ecstatic, I turn to Grim only to find that, to my surprise, he's completely vanished. Does that mean the Unforgivable weren't directly responsible for Grim's disappearance after all? But if Grim wasn't taken by the Unforgivable, what actually happened to him and where is he now? Constance, what's that smell? Is something burning? Yeah, Constance is just burning down the Ministry of Magic. She's mad that Hermione betrayed her friendship and put Veritaserum in her tea. That would be my hair, of course. I ran into no less than 3 ancient Norwegian Ridgeback adversaries on my way into the office. Another adversary surge? It feels like we just quelled the last one. Yeah, it was literally last week. That's because we did. It was only a few days ago that we were fighting a horde of feared witches and wizards. I hope the Unforgivable aren't planning on making this onslaught the new norm. The Unforgivable must be trying to put pressure on us, though I can only speculate why. Is this revenge for defying their orders? Have they caught on to my plan to expose their mole? Hermione, I've had another glimpse at the Unforgivable's memories. In it, I'm approached by a cloaked wizard. He tells me he knows I'm looking for a cure for my daughter's blood malediction and that he can help me find one if I offer my services to his group. I ask how he knows about my daughter, but he just grins. That's when I realize that he's a Legilimens. Oh my God. He neither confirms nor denies my accusation. Instead, he merely repeats his offer to join him. Without any hesitation, I accept. Is that someone's memory of joining the Unforgivable? No specifics were discussed, nor was the group's name ever mentioned, but yes, I believe so, which means that the one behind this adversary attack was recruited. But for what purpose? What could this Witcher wizard offer the Unforgivable that they didn't already have? You know it's Garrett, the head of the Department of Mysteries. You know it has to be him. I don't know why I didn't think of creating a surge together sooner. She's like all confident now. With their combined efforts, it was much easier to fend off the Unforgivable's attempt to steal control of the surge between waves. The Unforgivable must have realized that we know how to use the Calamity to restore Ron's memories. Should we be worried about that? Should you be worried at all this whole time? Perhaps, though I'm more concerned that they've realized I'm using Veritaserum to attempt to expose their informant. I've heard plenty of confessions, including a few I wish I hadn't, but no one's implicated themselves so far. Here's my question, Hermione. If you decided you're gonna Veritaserum people, why didn't you do it to Gareth first? Because clearly they wouldn't have time to figure out your plan if you went to like the most suspicious person first, your mean sass person. Perhaps there is no mole in the Ministry after all? Come on, Harry. We have plenty of circumstantial evidence, yes, but no definitive proof. This is the story of my life. Everything is circumstantial. No, someone close to us has definitely been leaking our plans to the Unforgivable. The only question is, have I yet to interview the culprit? Or have they managed to resist the Veritaserum's effects? Oh, Connie? Wait, what? Oh no, Connie? Well, I suppose we'll find out which is true soon enough, won't we? Or it's Hermione. I'm telling you, Hermione, drink your tea. Harry says, Ron, have you been able to recall any additional memories of our first year since the second surge began? And Ron's gonna be like, yeah. Enough to question how we made it through the year in one piece. Battling a mountain troll, sneaking past a giant three-headed dog, making an enemy of Voldemort, who I'm told is, oh my god, Ron doesn't remember Voldy. Oh my gosh. Who I'm told is one of the most dangerous dark wizards of all time. I'm gobsmacked. The fact that we were by each other's sides through most of it probably has something to do with it. Me, you, and Hermione have always made a great team. Yeah, I'm starting to remember that. Aw, poor Ronald. Poor Ronald. Poor Ronnie Ron-Rons. All right. Oh, it's Sage. Sage says, thank you for the... Oh my god, no! What is Hermione's sus name? What is we call constant sustenance. What is Hermione's sus name for, basically poisoning people? Thank you for the butterbeer, Hermione. Tastes a wee bit off, but I'm not so daft as to turn my nose up at a free drink on a warm summer's day. The weather has been rather unseasonably pleasant lately, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. Do you mind if we skip the pleasantries and get to the point of this meeting? I'd like to study a philosopher's stone foundable before the surge is out. The calamity may be an international statute of secrecy nightmare, but it's been quite a boon for my magical artifact studies. Unfortunately, not everyone has such scholarly intentions. The Unforgivable had made it abundantly clear that they intend to use the calamity for their dark purposes. You wouldn't happen to know anything about them, would you? Uh-oh. Only that they're all you... They're all you and Harry talk about anymore. Even outside of work, it's the unforgivable this or the unforgivable that. I admire your devotion to your work, but you two need to seriously consider finding yourselves a hobby. Remember this, Ron? When you sacrificed yourself to the White Queen in the chessboard chamber, I was terrified. She struck you so hard. It's nothing compared to what I'm finally remembering Harry went through in that final underground chamber. Dun, dun, dun. Don't be so modest. Your sacrifice was and continues to be one of the bravest acts I've ever seen. All right, Hermione. Keep it together, girl. Keep it together. You might not think so highly of me if you knew what my first thought after I woke up was. I recall wondering if my injury could get me out of class for the rest of the term. Oh, Ron, only you could manage to put your foot in it, even with most of your memories still missing. Hermione, one of our agents found this piece of a note attached to the wing of a broken winged key foundable. Thought you'd want to take a look at it. Oh my gosh, am I getting a harp right now when I don't need the harps? I do, but first I want to apologize to you again. I was so frustrated with the Unforgivable always being one step ahead and so engrossed. It's Connie. It's Connie. It has to be Connie. It has to be Connie. Why else is there this dialogue panel where Hermione's apologizing to Constance? Always being one step ahead and so engrossed in rooting out the mole that I started looking at you as a suspect rather than a friend. I don't regret doing what's necessary to expose the Unforgivable, but I do regret hurting you in the process. You've always devoted yourself to combating the calamity and the Unforgivable. I shouldn't have distrusted you. I'm sorry too. I took your suspicion personally rather than recognizing that you were just being diligent. There's just one thing I don't understand. Why didn't you modify my memories? Hermione! 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 Why didn't you modify my memories like you did the others? Aren't I a liability that way? Hold up. Hold up, wait. She'd be like, aren't I a liability, Mom? No, Constance, you're an ally. One I trust and want by my side. I'm just sorry I didn't recognize that earlier. We don't have enough pieces yet to make out the entire note, but take a look at this. It certainly looks like it says memories, doesn't it? Yes, and this part is definitely talking about Ron. You don't think the Unforgivable might try to take Ron's recovered memories back, do you? Not if I have anything to do with it. Okay, Hermione. You take people down. Connie says, this note is all over the place. It jumps from philosophical musings on memory and identity. Wait, hold up. To haughty declarations that their mission is noble, to threats against us should we get in their way. The author certainly fashions themselves an intellectual, don't they? But underneath the doublespeak, their brutish message is clear. Stop interfering or end up like Ron. No, this has to be Gareth, right? They follow through on all their other threats so far, so we can't afford to simply ignore it. But we also can't simply let them continue to endanger the world. Blast it, they love putting us in these no-win situations, don't they? Yes, they certainly do. Almost as much as they love to rig these twisted games of theirs, so that the moment we sit down to play, we've already lost. This time, however, will be different. This time, I'll be setting the rules. Hermione is like ultra confident. I don't know. That might just be the single most brilliant thing I've heard in my life. Hermione says, my memory charm seemed to be working. I cannot believe, I still can't believe this girl. Other than Constance, whose memory I decided not to rewrite, no one remembers being questioned about the Unforgivable. No, but they have noticed you acting oddly around them. Current theories as to why include polyjuice potion, a rotten cauldron cake, a strange case of dragonpox, and that you've finally snapped under the stress. A rotten cauldron cake? Honestly, so much codswallop gets circulated around here. You'd think we were the Quibbler. Well, maybe, Hermione, if you didn't do ridiculous things. They've also noted a general willingness to share their secrets with you. If you're not careful, they'll realize what you've really been up to. Dude, they're gonna recall Hermione Granger. Myra, if it isn't Hermione, word around the office is that you have a way of getting people to open up. Uh-oh. Yeah, because she's poisoning you. What are you suggesting, Myra? Uh-oh. Isn't that obvious? Uh-oh. You're clearly a better conversationalist and listener than I gave you credit for. Want to take a quick lunch? I had a dream last night involving a giant niffler that I'd love to get your thoughts on. Miss Granger, what a surprise. Oh my god, it's time. Is Zoe in here? It's time. Can whatever you've come to discuss wait? No, inject him with the poison, the syrup. I'm rather busy. No, I'm afraid it can't. In fact, I'd say this talk is long overdue, Gareth. No. Gareth, you're the mole who's been leaking our place in the Unforgivable. Oh, jeez, he's gonna do something to her. He's gonna do something. Don't be ridiculous. I'm no mole. Connie's the mole and he's the I'm one of the Unforgivable's most respected members. No, he's gonna obliviate her. Isn't he gonna obliviate
Just
her?
about him.
What am I saying? You put your potion! She did it! How? I never took my eyes off my cup. Oh my god. I assumed a guarded wizard like you wouldn't. That's why I put it in your milk instead. Now it's my turn to get some answers. I told y'all. See, this is the part I had a question. About this. So, if Hermione is currently confronting Gareth, and she's also talking to us, is this happening at a different time, or is she okay? All right, Hermione says, Harry, SOS Task Force members are reporting signs of another outbreak of adversary activity, particularly of adversaries resembling Gilderoy Lockhart. Harry says, I assumed as much when the characteristic legitimacy, attack-esque anxiety, and brain fog began to sink in. Oh no! Yes, in fact, I've noticed the scope of the recent adversary surges have been larger and more refined too. Makes you wonder if they're building up to something, doesn't it? Whatever, or perhaps whoever it is, I can feel a growing sense of dread building up inside, the likes of which I haven't felt since adversaries first appeared. Oh no. I'll inform our agents to practice their offensive and defensive magic and to keep their guards up even once the surge of adversaries subsides. If this threat is what I think it is, our fight is only beginning. Alright, do we think Hermione's okay? Do we think that she's safe? Do you remember when we intercepted that coded letter from Lethifold to Barghest? The one that mentioned their desire to bring them back and see their noble mission through. Of course, we theorized they wanted to revive Voldemort and his Death Eaters as adversaries in order to bring back pure-blooded supremacy. Why do you ask? I had a dream about it. Turns out the letter was never intended for Barghest. In fact, there is no Barghest. The Unforgivable fabricated the whole thing. They were counting on us intercepting and decoding the letter. They even predicted we'd link Barghest to Grimm. That's an awfully convoluted way to cast suspicion on Grimm, now isn't it? I got the sense that painting Grimm as the mastermind of the Unforgivable was a secondary goal. If I had to guess, I'd say the stuff about bringing them back was also meant to mislead us. But if reviving the Death Eaters isn't the Unforgivable's goal, what is? Oh my goodness. Also, I don't think I ever thought Grimm was in charge of the Unforgivable.